Hi, my name is Jill Greenbaum, and I am delighted to be here today to talk with Frank and Carola from bikablo Academy. And so I'd like you to tell us who you are, and then we'll get into what the USA Tour is all about.
So I'm Carola. I'm originally a sculptor, but now I'm a trainer and a mediator, and I'm doing visualization and team building and strategy buildings. Yeah.
Terrific.
I'm Frank. We're happy to be here as well. I'm so by trade I'm a Lean Six Sigma trainer and coach and consultant. But since 2 years now, I'm working for the Bikablo Academy as a visualization trainer.
All right, terrific. Thank you for sharing a bit about your background. Would you tell us how this USA Tour came to be?
It's again me, because since I can think, I wanted to be in the US for a longer time, and I wanted to study there, but it was a little bit specific with a master and the bachelor thing, and formally we hadn't this system in Germany, so it was complicated, and I didn't want to stay for 2 years, and so it didn't took place. But now I have the chance to go for 10 weeks to the US, and I said, wouldn't it be a great idea to go to the US with the bikablo technique, because we know that in Germany it's very successful, and the people, they love it, and we thought, okay, in the US perhaps it's the same. Let's try. And so we talked with each other, and then our chief, we talked with our chief, and he said, yeah, great, do it. So we did, and now, yeah.
Yeah, and because I've been at the IFEP last year in Washington, where we met, Jill, I thought, there's so many great people there that we could work with, probably, and I thought that the reception of our trainings or of our breakout session was actually very well received. So we thought we should give it a go, and that's how we reached then out to you, for example.
Terrific. Yeah. And I was in one of those sessions. Actually, I might have even been in two. And I enjoyed the approach that you had, what we learned and all of that. So would you give us an idea of the big picture and some of the details about the 2-day training?
Yeah. So the 2-day training basically is it's a basic course, yeah, but we understand bikablo as a language, as a visual language, so
that everybody can learn.
Yeah,
so it doesn't matter if you think you can draw or not, everybody can learn this technique.
Yeah, and it's a very systematic approach that we have to our trainings. Of course, the trainings so everybody will be drawing the whole time. So there is no PowerPoint slides or anything. So it's going to be getting your hands dirty from the beginning. And then we really start with the basics, how to approach the canvas, how to use the marker, what are the specifics about the different markers, and then basic shapes, containers, pictograms. So really start with using syllables. How can I then draw words, how can I build sentences, and that's basically how we start. And then we're getting into pictograms and figures, and then we close the first day with an exercise where we bring everything together that we have learned the first day.
So we completely ease into it, and the participants, they even don't realize what they've learned, and then at the evening they're sitting in the circle and they say, wow, this is what we've drawn. Wow, it's great, it's terrific.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think because of that it's so successful, because the people, they can do it at the beginning, from the beginning, and it's great.
And the second day is really so it's a little bit tailored towards the participants. So of course we have a couple of building blocks that we usually teach, like hand lettering, live application, which I think is fantastic, because even though we've taught all the basics in the first day, usually the participants would like to have something that they can take back into their work, and how they can apply it. So usually we have a live application, then sometimes how to create a key visual, and then usually the afternoon is a practical workshop where you can really have the experience from starting with a sketch in terms of what you would like to draw, and then from the sketch with feedback, then to create your own poster, flip chart, whatever, and then take it back to your work so that it actually, you've spent 2 days and then you can take something back into your workplace. So that's the idea.
You can start right at the day after.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. And I totally had that experience. I mean, I have been drawing for a number of years, and yet there's always something new to learn or to think in a new way. And I love the analogy that you're making between it being a vocabulary and letters and syllables and words. And I think you raised an important point. I think a lot of people are just like, well, how would I ever use that at my place of work? So what types of professionals or students show up in your sessions?
Oftentimes we have trainers because they have to present something or they have to collect meanings or content. And also we have some people who do processes, for example, lean people, or design thinking people or Scrum people, because they can they have to visualize in their day-to-day life, but they don't know how to do that. And with the bikablo technique, they can improve their visualization.
Yeah, so. I mean, this question is I think it's a hard one, because we really experience that we have participants from all over the place. So we have teachers, because they see that the visualization adds a lot of value to their communication to students and how students actually react to visualization, and that we can improve the learning a lot. We have people from mediation sectors in terms of how can I resolve conflicts. A lot of facilitators that can see the benefit. So it's I would say it's definitely people that work with people. Yeah. I mean, of course, you might have a job where you don't necessarily work with people, but I would say it's definitely people that work with people and that can see that visualization adds value to their work.
Yeah, and creates a common understanding of different things, for example.
So for example, I have one great example where we had somebody who was he was teaching first aid, and first aid, like a medic. Yeah, so and in his courses he wanted to use visualization to improve the learning, and I thought that was a fantastic idea.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I came to visuals through training in my work as a trainer, and then I became a visual coach. And so I absolutely see the applicability. I think sometimes people don't realize the many different ways in which it can be used, and now it's how I take all of my notes. So it's practical in my life every single day.
Yeah, same here.
And so what would you say is unique about this program? You know, there are other programs out there. You certainly have a certain take or way of doing things.
I think what's very good of the bikablo technique is that it's so easy to do. It's so systematic, so everybody can follow. And it's very hands-on, so you can do it at the day after your training. So it's very easy to get the technique.
Yeah, I'd also say it's definitely the systematic approach, that everything that you've learned builds on what you've learned before. So it's a very systematic approach in terms of the learning. Yeah. We also work very reduced. So we don't understand the drawing as an art in terms of drawing realistic things like, you know, the tree, the bark, the leaves and everything, but rather that it's rather pictograms that are very reduced to the max. And we always say that we provide a unique learning experience. So we really work with the group. You know, we actually live from all of the participants. So we really would like to create an atmosphere where people enjoy the learning and that time just flies by. And just at the end of the day, you feel that your feet ache because you were standing the whole day. But yeah, and it's a very proven concept. So Martin and Karina, who are running the Bikablo Academy, they've been doing this for 10 to 15 years, and they have, I don't want to say they've perfected the training, but it's a proven concept. We're teaching just in the German-speaking region over 2,500 people a year. So there's a huge demand, and Yeah, I guess that's what makes it kind of unique, that it's very proven, very systematic, and that after 2 days, we say people can go into their work and they can apply it immediately.
Yeah, absolutely. And I saw that in the sessions, that I was in at the International Forum of Visual Practitioners conference last year. So
Yeah.
I'm absolutely, totally on board. I think it's wonderful. I think it has so much to offer people, and that people just need to dip their toe into it, and they're totally going to love it. So that's how I see it. And I'm just delighted that that you're coming to New York. I know you're going to be many other fun and exciting places.
Yeah.
You'll be in New York. It'll be summertime. It'll be warm. So it's July 25th and 26th. We're going to be in Midtown. It's going to be convenient for everybody. And I just can't wait for our session to begin. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for hosting us.
Yes,
I mean, we are very
great.
much looking forward to come over. So it's a perfect opportunity for us as well, and also not just to do the trainings, but also to just to see the US a little bit and travel around. So I mean, that's the other great part about this program. But it's just fantastic. So we're looking forward to it.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.